Assalamu alaikum. I'm Muhammad Ahsan Habib, lecturer in English from Chararhat Smriti College, Nawabgonj, Dinajpur. I welcome all the students of Chararhat Smriti College and all the viewers who are watching this video, and hope you will enjoy the class and learn something from that. Hope you are staying at home and all you are healthy and hearty by the grace of Almighty Allah. Today we will learn from the English first paper, and I hope you can see the board that where I have written all the things, and one by one I will analyze the things what is written there, and hope you will get the things and write down the things, take the notes and study at your home. So you can see that in English first paper the code is 107. This is the subject code, and here is written, you can see that total marks is 100, and time you will get in your exam is 3 hours. Now we learn the marks distribution of the English first paper. In English first paper, you can see there are two parts here I have mentioned, and the part 1, here I will discuss about the reading test which carries 60 marks, and in part 2 you can see writing test which carry 40 marks. So you have to understand and take notes from the things I will discuss with you, and hope that you can understand and learn the things from this online class. Now you can see from part 1 here is reading test, and the reading test will carry 60 marks. In reading test we try to understand how much a student can read from a test, and this skill will help you a lot in your later life, that how can you read something and understand from that reading. In reading test you see there are 6 questions, and I have made 2 boxes. There is a reason for 2 boxes, because question number 1, 2 and 3 is related with your textbook, and question number 4, 5 and 6 it is from unseen passages. So to answer the question number 1, 2 and 3, you have to read the textbook thoroughly. You should buy the textbook. I have written the name English for today for classes 11 and 12, or you can also download the book from this website. I have written there www.nctv.gov.bd, and from this website you can download the soft copy of the book or buy the hard copy of the book from any library. So now we can see in question number 1 seen passage, and it is from your textbook, and in question number 1A there will be 5 questions, and the question type is MCQ. I hope you know what is MCQ questions. MCQ means multiple choice questions, and in bracket I have written the guessing meaning. So you have to guess the meaning of the question. So meaning of the question is that you have to read the text and answer the MCQ, and you can easily get 5 marks answering the MCQ questions. And for this you have to read the textbook thoroughly. You have to read the vocabulary of the textbook and day by day you can increase your vocabulary power. And in question number 1a, that is gazing meaning, it is based on your vocabulary, and so if you have the good vocabulary you can answer the question easily. And in question number b, it's comprehension type question, and it is written there that open-ended questions will come, and it is relating to analysis, synthesis and evaluation. And in my next class I will discuss about what is relating to analysis, synthesis and evaluation. And the marks will carry 10 marks. So you see, in question number 1 and 2, it will give you 15 marks from a scene passage, and for this scene passage you have to read the textbook. There is no other way that you can write down the answers, you can write down the things from whatever you thinking, you will not carry good marks. So only by reading the textbook thoroughly, only have the power that you can read the text and analyze, you can analyze the questions, you will get good marks. And in question number 2, you see there will come a flowchart or information transfer. For HSC students, a flowchart is a new one, and in my next class I will discuss about flowchart or information transfer. And it will also, I said that question number 1, 2, 3 will come from textbook, and you have to read the textbook thoroughly. Again I am saying that without reading the textbook or you cannot answer the questions properly. And in question number 3, you see summarizing. There will be a passage from the text or a poem that you have to summarize there, and it will carry 10 marks. You see the 10 marks for a summary. What we have seen that students write summary mere copying the passage or mere copying the text, and they get 4 marks. Only writing the things that is in the question paper, you will not get good marks, because only mere copying is not any kind of skill. So you have to know how to write a summary. How to write a summary you have to know, and if you can write it in your own language, you will get 10 marks. So you see in part 1, question number 1, 2, 3, there are 3 questions, but in question number 1 there are 2 parts, part 1 and part B. So from the textbook you can get 35 marks if you read the text thoroughly. So I always suggest you to, as soon as possible, you have to buy the book, the textbook, and from now in my next class you have to put the book in front of you. When I will discuss it there, you have to see the book in front of you, and in this way, by this online class, you can learn how to read a textbook. So only memorization, only mere copying will not give you good marks. You have to understand, you have to have the skill that you can analyze a text, you can analyze the questions, and you have to write it in your own way, and by this type of things you can get good marks in those questions. So in part 1 reading test, you can see there is 60 marks, and for you see that from scene passes 35 marks. And now we can see that in question number 4, 5 and 6 these 3 questions will be from unseen passages, and question number 4 is cloze test with clues. You know what is a cloze test? There will be 10 blanks and you have to fill in the blanks with suitable word. The words or clues are given, so it's not very hard for you to write down the answer. So for this question you have to fill up 10 blanks and you can get 5 marks. And in question number 5, cloze test without clues. And here students think that this question number 5, cloze test without clues, is a little bit hard because there is no clue. So here I can say that only from your idea students put some words there that is not related with the passage, that is not related with the sentences, and students do not get marks in question number 10. So you have to understand what is written in the passage and you have to put the right word in the right place. So in cloze test without clues, if you want to get good marks in that question, you have to have the vocabulary power and you have to build your vocabulary by reading a dictionary. You can buy a dictionary that is available in market, but I suggest you that you have to buy, or you should buy, the dictionary, Oxford Advanced Learner Dictionary, and the original one, of course, because there are many dictionaries and those dictionaries will not help you a lot. So you have to buy the original Oxford Advanced Dictionary, and from that dictionary you can see that there will be synonyms, there will be antonyms, and how to pronounce a word, and from there you can learn that which parts of speech is that word, and by this way, so only memorization, only writing something will not give you good marks. So by reading the text, again I am saying you have to read the text and then you have to follow a dictionary. You have to read the text and you have to follow a dictionary. What is the problem is that students do not have patience that much that they can use a dictionary. So my suggestion is that you have to know how to use a dictionary. You have to give much time, you have to give much effort to learn English. And if you go through in this way, that I am learning in this way, that at first read the textbook and use the dictionary, and in this way you can build a good vocabulary and you can achieve good marks in English first paper, because in reading test you have to show that you have the skill of reading. We, the teachers, always want that students can write in their own way. So my suggestion, again I am saying that buy the textbook and buy dictionary. If you do not have by your side, you have to buy those books and study. Please study at home, and then I think you can get good marks. Next question comes rearranging, and it's very interesting. I think students who have passed HSC examination, they know what is rearranging. And here you have 10 jumbled sentences. You have to rearrange the sentences in a sequential way, and 10 jumbled sentences will make a paragraph, and this will give you full 10 marks. So rearranging is a good point to achieve 10 marks. So you have to practice a lot. What is the sequences, what will come one after another, You have to know the storyline, what will come one after another, and if you practice a lot, and then I hope that you can get 10 marks on rearranging. So here we get that 60 marks from reading test, and I think you can get a good mark if you follow my suggestions, that you have to study the textbook thoroughly, you have to know what may come in your questions, and you can use the dictionary, read regularly, and in this way practice will make you perfect, and by practicing you can get good marks in your reading exam. Now we'll go in the next part 2. Here we see is written writing test. In writing test you have 40 marks, and it's about to test your writing skill, and in writing paragraph you have to answer some questions. There may be 5 or 6 questions, and you have to answer all the questions one after another, and after answering the question you can see that there will be a paragraph, and you have to answer all the questions. Some students do not answer all the questions and they write from their memorization, but some only memorization will not give you good marks, because if you memorize something from a book, the questions may not come from that book. So you have to memorize. You can see the memorization will not work always. And next there will be a completing story. There will be 1, 2 or 3 lines are written in the question paper, and you have to build the story. You should build it in a way that it has a good middle, good ending. So only writing something will not give you good marks. You have to maintain the storyline, you have to maintain a sequence that it has a good introduction, good body and good ending, and by this way you can get a good mark in writing a completing story. Now in question number 9 you see writing informal letters or emails. You know what is informal letters? Informal letters are written to your friends or your family members, and emails also here are informal. So in our next class we will know how to write informal letters or emails, and it will carry 5 marks. Next, in question number 10, analyzing maps and graphs or charts. So analyzing something will make you more a good writer. So to become a good writer you should know how to analyze something. All the materials are given there, and you have to analyze that charts or maps or graphs. You have to draw the chart or map and then write down your writing, and if you can analyze the things properly, you will get good marks in question number 10. The last one is appreciating poems or short stories. Here stories or a poem will come, and you have to write down the theme or gist, or what is the main thing is about the poem or the story, and it is a little bit critical, and you have to understand, you have to read more poems, more short stories, and by this way you can have the skill of writing something about or appreciating a poem or short stories. So you see here is 40 marks for writing test and 60 marks for reading test, and total 100 marks for your HSC English first paper. And I have told you that you can download the textbook from this website and or buy the hard copy of this book. And if you have any question or anything, you can mail me on this. I have written the address Habib Ahsan Habib 123 at gmail.com. You have any queries, you can send me mail in this address. So you see, English first paper, I think it's not so difficult for you. So don't worry, and try to study at home, buy the books and pass your time and stay home, and hope that you have enjoyed the class and you have learned something from that class. You have to take the notes from what I have written here. You can have time, sometimes I have given you. And in our next class, we are going to analyze a sample question paper of first paper. Then we will go through the first paper, that is the textbook from unit 1, lesson 1. But from now, the first class I have in the last section, that I am going to say goodbye to you and hope that you will enjoy a lot. And finally, I want to say that these things what I have told you will work only when you will give time, when will you have the necessity. You know that I have to learn English, I have to do something good, I have to know how to write or read properly, and by this way you can make good results in English first paper. And it's not very difficult to get A plus in English first paper, because all the answers will give you good marks if you write down the things properly, correctly, grammatically. And I wish you very best of luck, and see you in my next class. Goodbye. Till then, be safe. May Allah bless you.